and to all a good evening. All right, Lakeisha McKnight is here. I want to welcome everybody. Welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. We are here via video as well as via podcast. We're on the Spreaker platform, iHeartRadio, a Facebook platform, as well as over at the Leadership TKO Station.com's platform as well. And so I want to welcome everybody here. I know many of you are plugged in via Facebook. And so we're here for another fresh episode here on the Leadership TKO Live Show. So I have some information that we're going to go over. I have a special topic that we're going to be covering. And so definitely going to share that with you right now. Just going to pull it up really quick. But welcome aboard, everybody. It's been an honor, and I'm hoping that you've had a great day. If you're new to this particular show, let me help you understand. You know, this show goes live every single night, normally around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if we have meetings, if we have presentations that we have to give to help people to build wealth, we sometimes defer or delay the actual night show so that you can plug into these presentations. And so that's why we're here right now at about 9:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So welcome to everybody around the world, because we're live and connected on iHeartRadio. We have over 20 nations that plugs into this particular show via podcast. And so for all of you who listen by way of podcast, we welcome you, and we thank you so very much for your support and your continual ear in listening to our shows. So again, everybody, welcome. If you're not familiar with the Leadership TKO brand, we always invite you to visit the website for the brand, which is www.leadershiptko.com. So we've been really focusing in on lately these rich dad scams. As you can see here, we're on rich dad scam number 7. And so you see what specifically this particular scam is. So before we even dive into this one here, I encourage you to go ahead and definitely share this out, okay? Many people's eyes need to be made open, wide open, right? Regarding the truth about money. And this particular scam here is going to open the eyes of many people. So be sure to share this out to your networks, those you're connected to on, as well as offline. So let's dive into it. Rich Dad scam number 7. Now, these scams, again, are provided by Robert Kiyosaki. All right. So I just want to let you know where this is actually coming from. And I could not agree with him more. I've had the wonderful pleasure of working with Robert Kiyosaki's team many, many years ago. And so I find that much of his content valid, have applied a lot of his content to my life, and have seen amazing results when it comes to building wealth for myself and for my family. But Rich Dad scam number 7 is getting out of debt. He says this specifically right here. Lots of people will tell you how to get out of debt, but you need to know how to use debt instead. Okay, using debt instead. This is what he says here. He says, just like the other scams, the idea that you have to get out of debt and stay out of debt to be successful is a lie. And it gets repeated because people don't have a financial education. And this is the reason why I particularly love the fact that I'm connected to a money system that also provides a bit of financial education as well, and wealth building education, so that our eyes can be opened to the truth. He says this specifically: the number one reason why the so-called experts will tell you to get out of debt is because they believe debt is bad for you, right? Now he says, remember, the rich dad scams we identified are the ways the rich stay rich and make sure the poor stay poor. That can be counterintuitive, especially when some of the scams like getting out of debt and saving money seem like they would help you get rich. But that's the scam. You see, the rich carry debt. Right? They carry debt. They generally carry a lot of debt, but they have assets that more than make up for the debt they carry. In fact, the rich not only carry debt, they also carry it to get richer. The rich know that if everyone understood debt and how to use it to get rich, they'd have more competition for the assets they buy with the debt to get rich. The rich and the so-called financial experts also think they are the smartest people in the room. So they think that for most people, debt is bad because to them, most people are too stupid, don't really like that word, but too stupid to use debt the right way to get rich. But they speak out of both sides of their mouths. They talk about how debt is bad and how you should get out of debt, but they also make their money off of selling the poor things that they take loans out, right? Or us credit cards or use credit cards to pay for. Things like cars and vacations and clothes and TVs, houses, and so much more. You see, ultimately, he says this: the difference between the rich and the poor when it comes to debt is understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt. Okay, so apparently, you have to understand that there's good debt and bad debt. And his company really helps level the playing field, okay, and really exposing these particular scams, such as getting out of debt. And we have to really learn what this difference is to really leverage it to the max. So the important matter is this: you have to get out of bad debt and get into good debt. Okay, get out of bad debt and get into good debt. Now, he shares a little bit of education here. He says bad debt is debt that makes you poorer, such as credit card debt. How many of you have credit card debt out there? Car loans. How many of you have car loans? Let's just be honest. How many of you have loans out on them cars? And so much more. He says this is the type of debt used to buy liabilities. And ironically, this is the debt that those who say debt is bad get rich from by selling it to the poor. You see, good debt is debt that makes you richer, such as a loan for investment property, right? Or to purchase equipment for your business that will make you a return. This is the type of debt that is used to buy assets. And the rich use this kind of debt to buy assets or create products that they can sell to the poor, who often take out bad debt to buy them. So perhaps you're kind of seeing how all of this works, right? You see how it's all working. It's kind of like, really ironically speaking, they tell you to do certain things so you can get in debt, but yet they're carrying debt so they can leverage it and become richer. That's exactly what happens when it comes to, the rich getting richer. And if you scroll down, and again, this is a blog post, everyone. Okay, this is simply a blog post. So what I really want to get to is down here. He says how good debt makes you richer. So let's talk about that for a quick moment. He says this: I have an excellent example of how the good debt concept works. So say I have $100,000. Maybe I inherited it or sold something valuable, but I have this money. I can put it into a mutual fund, which is a little better than saving it in a traditional bank, but there's even more things that you can do that's better than even a mutual fund. But we'll talk about that in a moment. The return on it will be more than just putting it in a savings, but it wouldn't be a lot. However, he says, if I use that 100,000 as a down payment on a $500,000 property, then I've actually brought 500,000 in value with just $100,000. And the difference that 400,000 is good debt. See, like the example here, if I play my cards right, he says, that property can cash flow. So not only have I expanded my wealth by putting a $500,000 asset in my asset column, right, with just $100,000, but I can also realize positive cash flow every month. And the tenants, right, who occupy that particular property pay down the debt for him. And see, that's the whole purpose. You want to do things that's going to create cash flow, because that's what it's all about, right? You're leveraging good debt so that you can have cash flow. But if you're using debt to get liabilities, that's not going to create cash flow for you. You just created more of a liability and more of a hole for yourself. And so this is why financial education is needed, because you will understand that there's good debt and bad debt, and you want to leverage debt that's going to actually create cash flow into your pocket, right? Into your business. And that's what it's truly all about. And that's why this is a scam, because what you're being taught, right, as far as not leveraging debt the right way, that's how it becomes a scam. Okay, so it's all about education. So I want to ask you this question here. Are you taking the time to receive or seek out financial education or wealth building? Right? Are you seeking to do that? And this is something that my husband and I, we were doing this for years. I want to say over a decade of time, as far as connecting with a system that would help us to leverage debt to be able to acquire more assets, right? That will create cash flow for us. And I can honestly say this, a little over 3 years ago, my cousin introduced me and my husband to an amazing global money system that enables us to be able to leverage the efforts of others, right? Building a network, and it's optional, but it also creates cash flow as well because of these seeds that we're sowing, because of the efforts that we put into this particular system on a day-by-day basis. So here is the beautiful thing. With this global money system, and many of you may know this already, you can plug into this money system for free. It doesn't require you to do much of anything but providing your name and address, some basic information to plug into it and give you an education that's going to help to change the trajectory of your family's financial future. You can create generational wealth by opening up your mind, right, to receive education about wealth, about what real money is. And that's what that has done. The system has done that for my husband and I, my father-in-law, my mom, and so many others who are connected to us, near and dear to us. All right. And the beautiful thing is that you do have mentorship. You do have people who want to see you succeed because we are a big family and we want to see more and more people free because you deserve to be free. You deserve to be home with your children if that's what you desire. You deserve to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But it's all a matter of you wanting it more than we want it for you. You have to want it, right? It has to be like the air that you're breathing in, like you want it that bad. And if it hasn't gotten to that point where you want it that bad, you might not run hard for it. You might not do what is necessary to reach that point of freedom and achieving it for yourself. So how bad do you want freedom? Do you want to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, without time restraints, without money restraints? Is that something you want to accomplish for yourself? Well, here's what I want to tell you. Okay, here's what I would love to tell you. I want to encourage you right now. Listen to me. Get back with the person that may have shared this with you on tonight. Ask them how you can plug into this free global money system because it's all about trying to create that cash flow in your life, that extra few $100s a month, right? That extra $2,000 a month part-time within the next 90 to 120 days. That is what's available to you right now when you connect with the person that shared this particular video with you. It is readily available. Help is available. Training is available. And this is doable because you're watching somebody that's leveraging the system right now. And I can tell you, my children are very happy that I plugged into it because now I have more time than ever to spend time with them and do the things that they may want to do. Making money also while I sleep, so I don't have to work until I pass on. And the truth is, we don't know when that time will be, right? We don't know the day nor the hour when we're going to exit. But you want to make sure you have something in place that you can pass on, wealth that you can pass on to your children and children's children. So get back with the person that shared this video with you. Let's build generational wealth together. You're not on this journey by yourself. You have thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who are doing the same, who are connected to this system. So I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to being back on the platform tomorrow around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because again, there's some amazing things that we love to share with you. We want to help you to get to that next level that you're trying to seek for. So thank you so much, everyone. And I do want to remind you once again, remember to think, to speak, right? And to live. I want to encourage you, right? To live leadership because that's truly, truly what it is all about. God bless you all and have a great evening. Good night, everyone.